This is Frederick Ebert on what I got this week on MMM. Hi, I'm Frederick Ebert. One of the things I got from MMM service was when the pastor was talking about what God considered a blessing, you may not consider a blessing. And I think one of my testimonies I would like to share to indicate exactly that was when I was I guess a few years back, I didn't have the best job in the world. I was barely scraping by, but there's this role I really wanted. It was to move up in the company, and they told me if you do the interview, there's a good chance they'll pick you to do exactly that, to get promoted. So I studied real hard. I did the interview, and I prayed to God, this is a blessing coming my way. Please let me get this job. I did everything I can to prepare myself for the job. In the course of doing the interview, one of the people I work with was interviewing me. He actually said I was the best fit for this job. But fast forward a few days later, I didn't get that role. And all I could think about was I thought this was a blessing coming my way. But what I ended up doing at that time, when I was disappointed with the fact that I wasn't the one chosen, I decided to pray and thank God for it. And I learned a key lesson in doing that. When I prayed and thanked God, I didn't want to thank God. I didn't want to give God glory for it, but I knew it was the right thing to do based on the conditioning and experience I had going to MMM. And what ended up happening was, because I missed the opportunity, long story short, I missed the opportunity to pick another candidate to be a new hire. But that actually, in hindsight, freed up the opportunity for me to start doing the IT program that I started doing. And I guess overall, at the time, I didn't see that as a blessing, me not being able to get that job. But because I didn't get that job, 2 weeks later, one of my friends told me, hey, there's a IT training program. And it happened to be that if I did get this job, it wouldn't have corresponded with the opportunity, the time I had to go to the night class. So fast forward, I went through the night class. A few months later, I was able to get me a new career that paid way more than that raise, little bump in raise I would have gotten with that company. What I learned was, I was really disappointed I didn't get this $9 bump from the company I was currently working on, but because I thank God and I let Him show me what His blessing is for me, I was able to then be open to take the IT class, and a few months later, I'm not making 4 times or 3 times the amount of money that I was making currently. And that's to indicate to you that, what you consider blessing is not God's blessing. And the only way you will know that is if you condition yourself and actually read the Bible and learn through, God, talking to God, praying every day. The Pastor Demond and MMM talking about this just struck a chord with me, because I realized that, through going to church, your faith is renewed, and you see other people who are in the same faith with you be triumphant based on the disciplines they learn. And that's one of the things I learned from MMM service. Once again, your blessings may not be God's blessing. So challenge yourself this week and see how you can discern the difference between what God thinks is a blessing versus what you think is a blessing. Anyway, thank you for listening to my testimony. See you guys in MMM. Thanks.